will come to the campus by train. I do. It takes me 1 hour from door to door every day. Those ST2 students living in the dormitories in Kasai, Tanashi, Tokorozawa, and Todakoen may be surprised at how long it takes and how crowded it gets. But you'll get used to it. Please regard it as a special Japanese cultural experience. Life is like a train. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. It costs money. It may be long, it may be short. Sometimes it will be crowded, sometimes it will be empty. It will be comfortable and uncomfortable. There may be accidents and delays. Sometimes you have to get off and change. Above all, you need a destination. And you must be determined to reach that destination, despite any accidents or delays. Let me tell you about one of the most interesting train journeys in my life. No, not my daily trip on the Waseda Shinjuku line to Takadama. It's not so interesting. But, especially when I'm so tall, then I cannot see out the window. Not very interesting at all. I want to tell you about the trip that I made in the vacation before I entered university when I was 18, like you. A group of us, a few friends, went from London to Moscow. Our plan was to take a train from London to Dover on the sea, then go by ship to Holland, and then take a train that would take us all the way to Moscow. It was going to be a long journey of 3 days, spending 2 nights on the train, but we were relieved because we had reserved seats all the way, which permitted us to stay in the same car until Moscow. What did worry us was passing through Eastern Europe, Eastern Germany, and Poland, then the Soviet Union. It was in the middle of the Cold War, and we had heard terrible stories about how strict those societies were. Anyway, we set off hopefully from London, looking forward to reaching Dover and the sea, taking the ship, and finally boarding our train in Holland for the long journey to Moscow. 1 hour after leaving London, a delay. The train stopped in the middle of the countryside. For 2 hours, it didn't move. When at last we reached Dover, the ship had already gone. And we had to wait hours for the next one. So, when we finally arrived in Holland, the train with our reserved seats had left. The train had left over 4 hours before. There were no more direct trains to Moscow that day. We were advised to take a train to Cologne. Köln in German, Keru in Japanese. Take a train to Cologne and change there. So we did. But we had no reserved seats to Cologne and had to stand for 4 hours. At Cologne, it was already nighttime, and we were told to wait for the 6 o'clock in the morning train to East Berlin. We slept, or tried to sleep, on the station platform. The 6 o'clock train to East Berlin was crowded too. There were strict passport by guards with guns and dogs when we passed from West Germany into East Germany, from East Germany into West Berlin, and from West Berlin into East Berlin. My passport is full of habits. At East Berlin, we had to wait 3 more hours for a train to Warsaw. Warszawa in Polish, Warszawa in Japanese. Now, because all the passport and ticket checks were so strict on the train, the station had no ticket gates. So we had a rare chance to walk around East Berlin, and maybe one day I'll tell you more about that experience. Warsaw was the same. Then at last, over a day late, we got on a train that would take us finally to Moscow. At the border between Poland and Russia, or the Soviet Union, there were more strict checks, and the wheels on the train were all changed. I'll tell you why another time. Finally, hungry and exhausted, we arrived in Moscow. That was my experience of a more interesting, more demanding train journey than going to Krakow every day. And if you think about it, it was like life. There were delays. Sometimes it was uncomfortable. Sometimes we had to make unexpected changes. But we had a destination, and we reached it. Now, for you, is Waseda your destination? Maybe, in a way, it is your destination because you all studied so hard, took exams, took interviews to enter. But if Waseda is your destination, what will you do for the rest of your life? At Waseda, you have to make decisions about another, more distant destination. Maybe Waseda is like Cologne, or East Berlin, or Warsaw was for me and my friends. Maybe Waseda is a place to change trains, where you can get off, do new and unusual things, make unexpected discoveries, and then move on to your destination. We had 3 hours to go sightseeing in East Berlin. You have 4 years to gain new experiences and new knowledge and new friends. A train needs a driver, and your teachers will act as your drivers. They will drive you to new ideas, new attitudes, and new approaches. They will drive you so that, as far as possible, you keep to your timetable. They will drive you safely to avoid accidents as far as possible. Also remember this, because they are driving the train, they are going in the same direction as you. They are not going in the opposite direction to prevent you from moving towards your destination. They want you to reach your destination safely. If there is a delay or an accident, it is their job to assist and advise, not just throw you off the train and make you go somewhere where you don't want to go. On behalf of all the teachers at SILS, I promise to act as your train driver, helping you to reach